to the Young Content Show.
Bonquifi, what's up? What's going on, homies? Peace, beloved, peace. It's your homie, Young Content, the unofficial sensei of the culture, mastering youthfulness, contentment, NFTs. As you can see from my last tweet, I effing hate TikTok, homie. I'm not gonna be no TikToker. I swear to God, I'm not gonna be. That shit is fragile and cringe. We're doing this shit live. Welcome to the dojo. You know where you stepped in. Let me pause this real quick. Welcome to the dojo. Fuck. I shouldn't have cursed in the YouTube video already. You're already gonna be demonetized. Who cares? It's about the content. That's what makes this thing pop. How's your mind? How's your energy? We got Chef in the building. The most iconic chef in Web3, Self-Made Tommy. If you haven't seen his videos, they go absolutely crazy. At Self-Made Tommy, go watch his mushroom videos. Absolute legend, legendario. Absolutely. You already know the drill. We're going 30 minutes. We have the homie. He's okay. Ninjas captured him safely. We didn't mess up the precious cargo. We never do. He's in the dojo. He's here. First time NFT Pasta. Absolute legend. We'll get to him in just a second. Hopefully I'm not muted and the internet doesn't go down. Let me get to the chat skis. Matt L in the building. Huxley legend. Dojo master. Hit Money Eat. Says, you know why I'm here. Straight up. Blessings. She. Ben, what's going on, Ben? Hopefully I see you tonight. Real G's do it live. No scripts, just realness. Yeah, speaking of doing it live, let's do it.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
No writing needed with this man. As you can see from the title, shout out to our podcast listeners. Is Pasta good for NFT community? Is this guy a good guy? Is he a bad actor? We're gonna find out. Let's bring him in. Without further ado, welcome NFT Pasta or Pasta.
Hi.
What up?
I love that intro. That's actually so sick.
Dude, first and foremost, thank you for being on the show. Just get that out of the way. Is Pasta good for the NFT community, bro? Well, let's just jump right into it. I mean, I've seen you. A lot of people have known you for over a year and a half, ever since the early days, doing cool project coverage, some pumps, some dumps. I don't think you do a potential rugger. For those that don't know you, who are you?
Yeah, no, I started doing content on YouTube like back in September, November, end of 2021. And a lot's happened since. And now I'm kind of moving into a new kind of gap in the market that I see and way that I want to go in Web3. So yeah, everything's kind of led to this, and everything I've learned in the space and just how to navigate it, is I've learned a lot over the last, year and a half about Web3 and just generally about business and stuff.
Nice. Did you take profits, bro? Did you buy that Lambo?
No, I didn't. No, it's been an interesting one for me in terms of like monetary, because like a lot of my peers, when we were doing YouTube back in the day, a lot of them did like alpha groups and all of that sort of stuff, and advised and launched projects, whatever the case was. And when I got into the space kind of early on, I was like, you know what? I actually really enjoy working in like emerging technologies, and I feel like this could be something that I actually do long term. And that's part of the reason why I never really launched anything of my own, even though I could have, done an alpha group like a lot of other people and made like, a good 6 figures on it. But, maybe that was a mistake not doing it, but I didn't see a future in it myself. So I didn't want to do it. Like ethically, it didn't seem right to me. So no, I didn't really take profits. And yeah, but I mean, it's good because it's like set me up for a long-term approach, which was the whole point. So I'm glad I stuck to that. And now, yeah, just going forward, I'm really excited for this year because it seems like we're moving in the right direction, kind of as a whole.
Sheesh. I mean, I remember showing people your videos, man, and they were like, dude, that guy seems awesome. I was commenting on your videos, and good job not going the alpha group route, because that's just like a pump and dump group. I mean, how many of these alpha groups do have alpha? Talk to me. Do they really have alpha, or are you the fucking bag holder?
No, well, some do. It really depends. Like
Let's get nitty gritty here.
That are doing well. Some of the alpha groups that are doing well right now, like Momentum and Underground and all of that, they obviously do well. Like I saw some of I think it was Momentum, did crazy on the Blur airdrop, just farming it. And at the end of the day, that's kind of the alpha we're seeing right now. It's not so much, here's a project, go buy it right now. It's more what's going on in the background. How can I take advantage of what's going on right now? To be clear though, I do have a group, but it's like a shittle. It's really small. It's a few people, and it's like subscription based.
Dude, it's not shittle, bro. You're there, bro.
Well, yeah, but it's tiny compared to the other ones, and it's a little bit different. So, but yeah, in the bull market, oh my god, there was like an insane amount of alpha groups that were kind of just doing whatever, and we're just pumping whatever. And I think there is a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on, which kind of leads me to end of last year, where I kind of took a bit of a break because I lost a lot of faith in the space. Just as I got higher up kind of the poll and into different group chats, I didn't actually realize what was going on in the space until that happened. I was like, okay, wait, I didn't realize how many people are here literally just for money. Like I thought more people were actually interested. And then I was like, okay, wait, I've had the rug pulled over my eyes this entire time. I've been kind of blinded by whatever I'm doing. And I realized what was going on, and I kind of lost love for it. And then I got back into the space probably end of December of last year, listening to a few different people that I actually found a lot of value in, and I felt like had good intentions, and that kind of brought me back around. And that's why I've kind of stepped into a new direction and a new thing going into this year, I guess.
I'm happy you're still here, beloved, for sure. I mean, when you were talking about, taking off the veil, dude, when I took off that veil, I mean, it's like when you realize girls are not all princesses and shit, when you're like 14, 13 years old, and then, they could fucking hurt you and shit, or you could hurt them, vice versa. That's getting a little too emotional. But it's when you, I have a group called the Dojo, and there's a bunch of cool people in there, but, I feel like there's a cabal out there. I'll say it, epic. There's like a cabal out there that moves these projects, like the Illuminati, and I'm like, that just, you talk about mass adoption. I wanted to ask you, how do we mass adopt over here without rug pulling and just doing it all for the greed, in your opinion?
I mean, I don't think mass adoption is going to come anytime soon. And I think there's kind of going to be two different ways of it. There's mass adoption where people don't realize they're using NFTs. And then there's mass adoption that won't really be mass, where people do realize they're using NFTs, and it's like just growing what we already have here. So I kind of think there's two ways there. But yeah, I'm actually really worried about that, because I don't think we're ready for more people to come into the space right now, because the education isn't built out, the UI, the UX, it's not ready. And we're going to see like people, like the scammers are getting smarter, obviously. As time goes on, they're learning how to do this better. And I think we're going to see just a disgusting amount of just different little things that you see on chain, whether it's like honeypots or rugs or like whatever the case is. And people are just getting smarter at that. So I'm kind of worried, to be honest. And I'm glad we're not rushing into anything in the short term, because more things need to be built out and more education needs to be put, like Pocketverse, for example, or Pocket Universe, whatever it's called, that extension that you can use on MetaMask to like stop just getting fished and losing all your NFTs, like something like that. Like everyone needs to have a version of that installed, which isn't the case right now. And new people coming into the space definitely don't know about that. So like until that is fixed at a bare minimum, so people can't literally join the space and get fished and rugged a week later, like we don't deserve anyone else to come in. So
facts. I mean, I always thought it was gonna be a fun game, you know, but you think about these big games, you know, they'll probably have these infrastructures. You're super good, spot on with that point, because as much as you can 100x flip them, you can 100x lose them. So what are some of your, are you trying to set that up for yourself? I know you changed your name from NFT to Pasta. Why Pasta got the sauce? Why did you do the name change, bro?
So I was using Pasta for a few years before NFTs, because I was making music. So it was Prod Pasta, and it was always at Pasta Got Sauce. So I had that app, and I want to move in the direction of content where I can produce content. I'm not at this stage yet, and I don't even know what it's going to look like, but I want to get to the stage where people can watch the videos that aren't directly in NFTs. But it's hard right now, because without having context of Web3, it's a little bit hard to understand the type of content that I'm making right now. But I want to move in that direction, and I think having just the term NFT in your name is just like, you know, like the way people hear NFT and just immediately think rug or scam, which is fair enough for the general population. So I was like, okay, let's cut that. I always wanted to go by Pasta anyway. I just can't get that app. So I switched it to Pasta Got Sauce, because I already have all of those ats in the email. But yeah, what was the question? I feel like,
no, you answered it, dude. Go from taking the NFT out your name. I think some people would just stick to their guns and say, fuck it, I'm just gonna go NFTs all the time because I love it. I'm so bullish on this space. But it's cool that you did that. What can we expect, man? Like, what are you trying to do? I saw you did some street interviews. You just trying to mix it up? I mean, also you have this cool energy about you where you want to bring people together. I could see that deep inside your soul. So is that what you're trying to do too? Build community at the same time?
Yeah, well, I mean, the ultimate goal is I want to build a platform and a product for kind of educating people as they come into the space. But I've had a few ideas on how I want to do that. And like, I'll probably use NFTs in that, but it's going to be more of a product and a service, if anything. But that's not something in the short term at all. Right now, I'm focused on content, just building the platform, building the audience, educating and basically entertaining people. So that like recent video I did, I was pretty happy with, because it was more than I'd done, and like it was a lot better than anything I'd done in the past in terms of editing and just like thought process, thesis, everything. Like the street interview stuff I just did, I mean, that's like literally like 5% of the video. I'm not a massive fan of,
check this out, everyone.
yeah, well, I'm not a massive fan of the street interview stuff, but I used it to prove a point in the video, like because the video is obviously about opportunity and being early.
Yeah, I love it. Someone said Pasta evolves and uplifts. Crypto fit. BD says howdy. Holy smokes, dope. Thank you for everyone being here. Please like the stream. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm one of the good guys too in the space. I've been here since 2017. I've seen it all. Interviewed Brett the Way. Are you still a part of WAG Media?
I was never a part of it.
No.
No, I was friends with all of those guys, because that's kind of like when I came up, and that was like my first NFT was Magic Mushroom Clubhouse. So it's how I made friends with like Kosho and then eventually Brett. Well, I met Brett because I called out one of the projects he was advising early on, and then we got on a call and spoke about it because I felt like he should not advise it because it looked like a rug. And yeah, so I ended up meeting with them in New York last year actually, and I'm good friends with some of them, but I don't really talk to them that much anymore, sadly.
Is Magic Mushroom Clubhouse a rug?
I have no idea. I
we see what happened with
Frenzies
Frenzies today. That shit was actually
oh
ass.
my god. I remember talking about that on my channel, and it was like, this is so fucking hype. I think they had like a Netflix show like that, the guys that made it, and then I remember finding out that it was like 3 ETH, and then I got reminded of it yesterday when I saw that. I was like, holy shit. I was like, fuck. Yeah, that was so weird, like that they did like a Dutch auction after. And it was like a massive supply too.
It was pretty. Yeah, I bought 5 of them, bro. I think I like 0.1, or I don't know what I spent on that dumb shit, but
Jesus.
I was wallet tracking. Super failure, but it is what it is. You know, you don't always have the glory years. I remember seeing what's the most cringiest thing you've seen in NFTs, bro? Because I'll tell you my story if you tell me yours.
Cringiest thing? Probably just recently projects trying to just do the same thing that worked in the bull run, like early 2022, trying that now. Has been funny to watch because they think it will work when in reality like 95% of the people here now in the NFT space know every trick in the book and like don't fall for anything. So it's kind of cringe because it's just like a complete waste of everyone's time to be like trying to push something like that.
For sure. Do you like the GM singing and shit, the GM freestyles? Is that cringe?
I have not seen any GM freestyles, but well, yeah, the engagement farming stuff is a little bit.
I remember one time in New York in 2021, I saw this guy cry at Farouk's feet because he was really excited that he helped them with he like pumped the cool cats or something like that, and it was like he was trying to use it more for like a virtual signaling moment in the room. That shit was a fucking travesty. I remember that. Never forget it. Someone crying at Farouk's feet.
There's been some bad stuff, I guess, on Twitter and stuff over the years. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that stands out. I didn't see anything like that IRL in New York.
What would you have done if you saw something like that?
I'll probably film it, I guess. I don't know. It's funny, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, people get really emotionally attached to stuff when there's so much money involved. It's really bad, to be honest. Like, I wish it wasn't like that all the time, but it kind of is. It's like the nature of the space.
Yeah, that's just humans, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a super nihilist or, you know, some AI, you know, you can see it. But what's your take on what's the next meta, dude? What do you feel like the next meta is going to be out there? You know, we see this AI push. We're seeing, you know, checks, you know, open editions. What do you think? Fuck all that. What are you bullish on? Gaming? What are you bullish on in this space the most?
Well, ordinals are kind of done now. I feel like they might have a bit of a push again when the marketplaces and stuff like come out and that actually gets going again. But short term, I don't really see a meta. I think it's just going to be mini, maybe 1 to 2 week metas like we've been seeing. Like the open edition stuff didn't last long. The ordinal stuff probably won't last long. Gaming's a weird one because it's weird because you got to think about, like, for onboarding with gaming, it's kind of like 2 different things. Like I was saying before, there's onboarding the masses where they don't realize it's an NFT, and then there's onboarding in terms of them actually knowing the technology that they're using. And I feel like there's a healthy middle ground where people can reach where they don't need to know all the back end and how it works, which is kind of the case right now if you don't want to get like scammed. But a healthy middle ground where people understand this technology is taking advantage of blockchain, it's using it. So I guess gaming would be like the big meta that we'll see eventually, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to be for a while. So I wouldn't count on it. It's so hard to predict what's going to pop up in this space, like short term.
So just stop dropping 20 ETH on speculative gaming projects?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So I am Farouk's #1 fan. I love him. Okay. We also have a bot in the chat trying to sell us Dogecoin. I don't have any mods, so you're gonna have to deal with it. I literally cried when I met him in New York. Wow, cool, cringy. Get this bot out of chat, dude. I can't do nothing about it. We have this bot in chat. His name is Pasta. He's not a bot. He's fucking the anti-bot. Did you buy checks, dude? Did you see that meta? Did you buy that early on the floor? We have someone that bought it, but
Nah, I saw everyone talking about the open edition stuff, and I was kind of worried the train had already left the station, and I wasn't familiar with the Jack Butcher. But then after finding out what he has been doing and stuff, and a lot of people were bullish on it, I found out like that shit was called at like 0.1 in a lot of high up groups, and so I'm not surprised it's gone where it's gone. It's crazy, like open whatever that like Pepe one yesterday went. It was at like 0.9 or some shit yesterday. It's fucking like that dude's killing it. I mean, right there is the power of Twitter. It's the power of kind of just building an audience for yourself. Like he literally tweets and people just make money. It's like crazy right now.
Shishiban. Yo, he just said what he just said, the alpha right there. He said some groups were calling at a 0.1. Shout out to the homie, you know who you are, in the dojo. This dude I know in the dojo called that shit at 0.04. He was like, young, you should get that. It's like cool. I'm like, whatever, I'm faded it. It is what it is. Dude, who are some of the people in this space you respect, dude? Because, you know, I want to give flowers here, you know, at this point in time. Who are some people you respect, bro? Because there's a lot of fucking dipshits that I will pimp slap. I'm a big dude. If you see me in NFT NYC, you'll see. But who are some people that you respect?
There's a good mix of people, but the people that really brought me back into the space like a couple months ago when I was feeling like there wasn't a ton going on, there wasn't a ton of, you know, good actors or whatever you want to call it, was definitely Leap with his spaces and obviously Frank. And Frank is why obviously I got the Ute and I'm moving in that direction. I've got a hotel for D New York as well, so I'll be there for that. But yeah, like, to be honest, it's so difficult, man. Like time and time again, you talk to people, you meet people, whatever the case is, and then they're just doing weird shit. Like it constantly happens, and it's really hard to
define weird shit. Like trying to touch your bum,
just, like,
or what weird shit? What do you mean?
Oh, maybe, but I mean like sponsors or whatever the case, just doing like advising and stuff. Not sponsors aren't necessarily bad, but just, I don't know, like whether it's, you know, my video was about kind of this topic of putting other people down to get ahead in this space, and I see a lot of some of the other big spaces hosts like recently did that to Leap, for example, which is why it kind of inspired me to make the video. So whether they're pumping and dumping or just being like opportunistic, I guess, in the space, there's a few ways to see it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common and it's really hard to tell. So I try not to put my, you know, bags on anyone in this space and kind of like be friendly with everyone, but not get in too deep where if they do something, it's going to affect me.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful. So I just kind of like take that route now.
Do you know the homie Gogo?
Oh, yeah, is Gogo in the chat?
No. Gogo is a legend. I know she respects you a lot. She's really cool. She's one of the good gals in the game.
Yeah, I love Gogo. I was talking to her. I talk to her like every day, and whether it's fucking in Leap's Kick chat now when he live streams, we're just
shout out to Leap.
So.
Shout out to Espresso. There's some good people out there, man. I've got to know some cool people. You're one of them. I don't know yet, dude. I've got to give you I don't know yet. I want to get your hopes up. I'm trying to figure out if pasta is good for the NFT community. Chat, what do you think? Is pasta good?
That's not good.
Say again?
If you're trusting me this quickly, that's not good.
Yeah. I should scale it back a little bit. I'm too trustworthy, man. I feel like a 2021 degen. But
yeah, I don't really do anything. That's the thing. So there's not a whole lot to trust. There's not a whole lot to go off, and there's not like good or bad. I'm kind of just
but your research is good, bro. I mean, I've seen some videos. You dive deep. You try. I don't know if you get sponsored by them, but your research now, what does that require for you at this point when you're researching a play?
Well, yeah, my old videos, that became really difficult, to be honest, because when I started, like if you look at my early videos, they're all still up there. They're not on the homepage on YouTube, but they're all there. Like I was really harsh on every project, like roadmaps and teams and LinkedIn's. I was going fucking hard on every single one. But then as I got bigger, and this is a mistake that I made, is that I would start to get flooded by the community of the people that have whitelists, right? And so for me coming into the space, I kind of stopped being so tough on projects, which I wish I wasn't, because that's what was working in the first place, and that was what was helping people. Literally, the reason I started making videos is because I was sick of just seeing shit projects and I wanted to just make fun of them. So I wish I stuck to that a bit more. But yeah, as time went on, it got kind of just repetitive and annoying to be talking about stuff. So I haven't looked at projects in that like frame of mind in a long time, and I'm kind of just absorbing as much info that's like outside of direct projects, kind of just going around the space in general. So just listening to a lot of spaces, a lot of point of views, and trying to figure out my own, you know, opinion on stuff. So right now, yeah, I'm not diving too deep into anything.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I support you regardless. You're gonna catch me in your comment section for real. But CryptoFit says Pasta keeps it real. That's why I connected with him. People appreciate that honesty, for sure. Dude, are you pretty young?
Yeah, 22.
Sheesh, so no projects you are invested in right now? Someone asks. He said Utes.
I have, well, yeah, Utes is my only, like, literally my only thing. Like, I have a couple small alpha groups, but they're not worth much. I'm not in any of the big ones. So yeah, Utes is literally, I bought this Ute. Yeah, no, so I got Ute listed because I made a video about Utes. I guess that was probably the reason why. And I had like a following on Twitter, so I don't know. They gave it to me, and I had to sell it because I needed the money at the time. But then I recently bought this one off, definitely not floor. It was like 50 sol above floor. I actually ended up talking to the guy though that I bought it off after the post. Really weird. Randomly popped up on my feed, the guy talking about selling it to me, not knowing who I was, and then I connected with him in DMs. It was crazy. But yeah, like, this is the only bag I have, and it's for a very specific reason. Because
dude, I bought Hate Beast at 9 East because of you, dude. You ruined my family's life.
I was fucking Hate Beast from day fucking one. I always hated that fucking project. Their fucking clothing was the worst quality. Like, I do 3D. I learned Blender to better understand this space, and like from day one, I was talking shit about their fucking clothing.
Once I heard the founder talking, like, I don't know what he was saying. He was just talking like nonsense. I was like, dude, I just got fucked. I'm just holding the bag at this point. Satchel.
Yeah, it was rough. I didn't get whitelist for that either. So, but that would have been cool if I got it. But yeah, I never talked good about it on my channel. I never really promoted it, so I couldn't really ask for whitelist.
For sure. So what? Some advice you would give some people is like, you know, take a step back from the NFT space or learn how to fillet it. You know, like, what is the Pasta's advice, man, now for, you know, your intermediate, novice, degenerate?
I would say listen to as many opinions as you can and take what you want from them to form your own. Too many people are kind of listening to one side of the story and then just kind of going with that. That's one thing I think I do well, is being able to take in information from multiple sides and then just figuring out my own opinion on it. So I can be pretty, you know, as unbiased as possible in most situations. Obviously everyone has like their own bias, but which I think is really good in life in general, but in Web3 I think it's really helpful for, you know, when you're looking at projects or looking at people or whatever the case is.
Yeah, I feel like, bro, you're a degen strategist, so if you want to give me your number anytime, just call you and be like, dude, should I ape in? You know, I'm just joking, because I do that right now with a good friend of mine and a couple buddies. It's, you know, when I assess a project, I give them a call. We're like, yo, walk, you know, sometimes they take me off the ledge. Sometimes they bring me back to center ground, you know? I feel like you need a degen strategist buddy on the hotline.
Yeah, you need people that you can talk to that are kind of in this space at the same time. It's too much to do alone. That's for sure.
Yo, YOLO Boy says, all these groups talking about meme land. What are your thoughts on 9gag involvement in Web3?
I listened to 9gag's recent interview on the Parallax YouTube channel. I think that's Patrick Dang, I think his name is. I met him in New York. And I wasn't impressed with that interview at all. And so I really don't understand what they're doing, to be honest. They were talking about some sort of like Web3 Patreon / OnlyFans thing. I don't know. Like, their team is obviously solid. The staking and all that type of innovation they did there is really cool. But that's like,
it's cool. Pontonomics,
things where it's like, it's like, it's cool in the moment, but that doesn't mean it's going to translate long term at all. I really don't understand what they're doing long term. I don't think anyone understands what they're doing long term. and that's something that like worries me. And that's why
I didn't understand what
buy into it.
NanoPass was doing.
Nanopod. They did their virtual 3D avatar things recently.
Yeah, when any project says Nanoverse coming soon, red flag. I don't. If you have verse in any of this shit, red flag. Do not buy it.
True.
Any verse, any Pixelmon verse, don't buy that shit.
Yeah, added verse to Pixel. I was so like blinded by Pixelmon because I was so heavy in that early. Like I found it like at like 500 followers. I was like one of the first people in the Discord. I was so excited for it. Spoke to the founder, just lied to over and over again. He was from New Zealand as well, so it felt like more homely.
Dude, if The Last of Us was real, bro, we would be wiped out, bro. Everyone's gonna turn on each other because you just look at that shit in Web3. This is The Last of Us for sure. It's sad to say that, man. It sucks. People gonna look at their own interests. It is. Humans kind of parasitical sometimes, but that's another topic. Iron Alien says face red heart shapes. Iron, we miss you, bro. Hope El Salvador is vibing with you, bro. For sure, for sure. Guys, I know you guys expect me in the voice chat later. I'm not going there. I have an event to go to. I'm not going to voice chat tonight. Maybe later. I love y'all. But Pasta, we're coming up on another like 2 more minutes here. Really appreciate you coming on here. I honestly gonna give you a neutral sign of like if you're good or not. I'm giving you neutral.
That's good.
So just right there. I actually have to come to the space. Fist bump me. Cringy. And I have to come to your spaces, bro. How can we support you, bro?
I don't really do spaces, to be honest. I don't love. I don't know. I get a lot of anxiety talking in front of people, and that happens with spaces as well. So I'm not super keen on that. I listen to a lot, but I don't talk on them, so I don't host them. But yeah, just I'm posting all my videos on Twitter and YouTube. So Twitter, I'll be posting more videos on Twitter than I do YouTube. So that's where I'm moving right now. That's really it for me.
Nice. I love that. You know, in Twitter Spaces, a lot of people say a lot, but they don't really say a lot. Like when I go on Twitter Spaces, just say what you want to say and say it in 10 seconds because you don't got to say the shit in a minute. You just fucking word vomited me.
Yeah, they just want to stay up as long as possible to get like followers and stuff, and it's actually the worst. It's a massive waste of time, and especially when there's good people on the speaker panel and people are just talking absolute nonsense. It's a huge fucking
theoretically, hyperlistically, and introspectively. I'm like, bro, shut up. Dude, this is the part of the show where I give you the gong. All right, you're in the dojo. You feel me? For the first time, you can always come back. The gong is a sacred sound. All right, this is the sound. Let the frequency go through your body. When you hear the gong, you have the floor. You could break up with an X. You can expose someone. I don't really give a shit what you do. Just respect the gong. I'm about to give it to you, and you'll take us out of the show. All right, here goes. Gong time. Play. Hold on.
I couldn't really hear the gong, but thank you for having me.
It was there, dude.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, go. Ready to roll here. Jim's
I'll
gonna
rewatch
bang
this
a gong.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
See, that was weird. So, any final words you have, beloved?
No, that's it. I'm cool. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
This was weird for sure. This was fun, awesome. I'm gonna give you the Shire sound, guys. Live the dream, eat ice cream, and above all, stay content. Thank you, Pasta. Keep doing what you're doing. You got full support. We're out of here. Later, Dojo. Peace.
I can't wait to get my neck frozen. Each time it stand for every night I was fucking homeless. Had to take these L's for me to get this focused. Might collect the pick that I can buy a home with. All this APO inside the dojo. I'm sure you wanna take a photo. Say you ain't going when you don't take risks. That's why you don't fall for FOMO.
Yeah, and I still shoot from the logo. How you get this far off a photo? They just always gon' hate what they don't know. All the seats like what I need a bag for. Running to these plays, no hassle. Couldn't spend what I spent on gas though. Now she wanna pull me in, no lasso. With a bottom Montclair, didn't match though. Shit.
Man, you wanna act like an asshole. Man, you wanna burn this cash sight. Knew that fella and I got from sight. Just started shit and I feel like Mike to get my neck frozen. These diamonds stand for